Ever had one of those oops moments that turned out to be brilliant? A mistake that somehow became a masterpiece? Well, some of the most world-changing inventions didn't start in a pristine lab with a perfect plan. They began with a mess, a mistake, or a happy little accident. From medicine to your kitchen counter, get ready to be amazed by the accidental inventions that shaped our modern world. Let us start in a cluttered London laboratory in 1928. A bacteriologist named Alexander Fleming returns from a holiday to find a stack of petri dishes he'd forgotten to clean. He was about to toss them when he noticed something odd. In one dish, a fuzzy mold was growing, and around it all the bacteria were dead. Instead of just throwing it away, Fleming's curiosity took over. He realized this mold, a strain of penicillium notatum was producing a substance that killed bacteria. That substance was penicillin, the world's first true antibiotic. This single, messy accident revolutionized medicine, saved countless lives from infections that were once a death sentence, and earned Fleming a Nobel Prize. It all started with a bit of mold in a forgotten dish. Now, let's travel back to 1895, to the lab of German physicist Wilhelm Röntgen. He was studying cathode rays, shooting electricity through a glass tube. One evening, he noticed a faint green glow coming from a chemically coated screen on a nearby bench. This was strange because the tube was covered in black cardboard, which should have blocked any light. He put his hand between the tube and the screen, and to his astonishment, he could see the bones inside his hand projected onto the screen. He had no idea what these mysterious new rays were, so he called them X-rays, with X standing for unknown. Röntgen's accidental discovery opened up a new window into the human body, transforming medical diagnostics forever. Doctors could now see fractures, locate foreign objects, and diagnose diseases without cutting a patient open. It was a true look inside ourselves, all thanks to a mysterious glow in a dark room. From the body, let's move to the kitchen. The year is 1945. Percy Spencer, an engineer at Raytheon, is working on radar technology using a device called a magnetron. One day, while standing in front of an active radar set, he noticed the chocolate bar in his pocket had melted. Intrigued, he tried another experiment. He placed some popcorn kernels near the tube, and they quickly popped all over the lab. The next day, he brought in an egg. It cooked so fast it exploded in a colleague's face. Spencer realized these microwaves could cook food incredibly fast. Raytheon patented the technology, and the first commercial microwave oven, the Radarange, was born. It was as tall as a person and cost thousands of dollars, but it paved the way for the compact kitchen appliance we can't live without today. A melted candy bar led to a culinary revolution. Now for a story that's a bit sticky. In 1839, Charles Goodyear was obsessed with making rubber more useful. Natural rubber was a disaster. It melted in the heat and became brittle in the cold. Goodyear spent years and a fortune trying to stabilize it, mixing it with everything he could think of. He was broke and ridiculed for his obsession. One day, according to legend, he accidentally dropped a mixture of rubber, sulfur, and lead onto a hot stove. Instead of melting into a gooey mess, the rubber charred like leather. It was weatherproof and elastic. He had stumbled upon the process of vulcanization. This breakthrough made rubber durable and versatile, paving the way for everything from car tires and shoe soles to hoses and conveyor belts. Goodyear's accidental discovery on a hot stove literally got the wheels of industry turning. Let's move from the industrial to the office. Have you ever used a Post-it note? Of course you have. But did you know it was born from a failed experiment? In 1968, a scientist at 3 meters named Spencer Silver was trying to create a super strong adhesive. Instead, he created the opposite, a ridiculously weak one. It was pressure sensitive, reusable, and didn't leave any residue. It was a solution without a problem. No one at 3 meters knew what to do with it. Years later, another 3 meters employee, Arthur Fry, was singing in his church choir. He was getting frustrated because the paper bookmarks he used to mark his hymns kept falling out. He suddenly remembered Silver's useless weak adhesive. What if he applied it to the back of his bookmarks? It worked perfectly. The bookmarks stayed in place, but could be removed without damaging the pages. The Post-it note was born. This simple tool, a combination of a failed glue and a choir singer's frustration, has forever changed how we organize our thoughts, leave messages, and mark our pages. Our final story was inspired by a walk in the woods. In 1941, Swiss engineer Georges de Mestral returned from a hunting trip with his dog, both covered in burrs. Annoyed, he decided to examine one under a microscope. He saw that the burr was covered in hundreds of tiny hooks that latched onto the loops in his clothes and his dog's fur. A light bulb went off. Could he create a synthetic fastening system that mimicked this natural design? He spent the next decade perfecting his idea, creating one strip with stiff hooks and another with soft loops. When pressed together, they formed a strong bond, but could be easily pulled apart. He called his invention Velcro, a combination of the French words velours, velvet, and crochet hook, initially dismissed as a novelty. Velcro was eventually adopted by NASA for astronaut suits, and has since found its way onto everything from jackets and shoes to blood pressure cuffs and cable ties. All from a dog, a walk, and a pesky burr. From a moldy dish to a melted chocolate bar, these stories show us that innovation doesn't always follow a straight line. The path to breakthrough is often messy, unpredictable, and full of happy accidents. These inventors all had one thing in common: curiosity. They didn't dismiss the unexpected. They investigated it. They saw potential where others saw a mistake. So the next time something doesn't go according to plan, don't be so quick to get discouraged. That oops moment might just be your next great idea waiting to be discovered. The universe is full of hidden wonders, and sometimes all it takes is an accident to reveal them. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of accidental inventions, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating stories. Let us know in the comments which accidental invention is your favorite. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.